I started out my clothing brand. I don't really want to tell people like, oh, like I'm about to drop this. We got a star in the building. Can they hear me right now? What up, chat? We back with another vlog. I know y'all been waiting, but I just been ducked off doing my thing. But we back at my old stomping grounds, bro. This door is the door I used to go in every single morning to come to school. Shout out to Mr. Hammer Mesh, and shout out to my young boy Caden. He did a little project on me, and so Mr. H asked me to guest speak at their class. So at 2 classes actually. So and then we got some stuff coming up that I'm gonna record. Going out to LA this weekend for Godspeed. So I think I'm gonna just make it like a whole week vlog. So yeah, man, enjoy this. It's not gonna be too much, but I don't want to give y'all all the sauce that I'm giving the youth, you feel me? Pop up for Crave the 29th. I'm gonna give all the kids a half off discount and stuff like that. So it should be a good day, man. I'm excited to be back at the old, you know what I'm saying, my alma mater. Oh, sir.
You remember these guys?
I do.
Yes, sir.
How's everything going?
Can't complain, man. Can't complain.
Move.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Get some exposure here.
Oh yeah.
How cool is that?
Oh yeah.
How's everything going with you? Everything solid?
Same.
Yeah. Same.
This guy makes things run.
Oh yeah. No, I know how he moves, man. Because he was my boss at one point.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Great to meet you.
You as well. Likewise. How's everything been so far?
Good. Other than this cold.
Yeah.
But hey, that's part of being.
I know. I just beat one like last week.
So are you? Is this life for you? You're used to having.
Yeah, man. Like it's funny because I never was like I'll tell you like as in high school and stuff like that. Like I was never in front of the camera. I was like kind of taking pictures and stuff, but not in the sense of what it is now.
Yeah. And by the way, if you guys want to say hello.
Yeah. We know all the. Yeah. We know all the. How's it going? Hi, Miss Mel. How you doing?
How are you?
Doing pretty well. How are you?
Good. It's really good to see you.
You as well.
I was saying my friend in New York follows you.
Oh, really? That's
I think
crazy.
It's the funniest thing.
Small world. Hey,
No,
Mr. Devlin, how you doing?
What's going on?
Doing well. Good. How are you? Good to see you guys. Thank you. I'm excited to be back. Hey, Miss B, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks.
It's good to see you.
You as well. Isaiah says hi.
Oh, good.
He wanted to come, but he, been at the school and stuff. So.
Yeah, and you're all welcome. Come up to the classroom.
Oh yeah, I'll be guest speaker, so you guys.
See Lucius in action. Multiple students are claiming to be your brother.
My brother, really? You know what's funny? Like I used to when we were at the school, I would just call them like my little brothers and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that's maybe where it stems. Yeah, I'll see if that's where it stems.
Even Caden was like my brother/friend.
Right. Yeah, I called him my son when he was. Yeah, it's crazy to see them all like grown up now versus when I was in high school as well.
The class we're walking into is just ending.
Yep.
But I told him we're gonna bring in Lucius. You can just sort of say hi to these guys.
Okay,
We're
cool.
not gonna do anything formal, but I may just ask you tell these guys what you do.
All right, cool. Okay.
By the way, before we go in, you good bathroom, water, beverage?
I'll grab a water before.
All right, let me. You're both worth more than water. Here's our options.
Okay.
You guys take your bevy.
Yeah, I think I'm good with the vitamin water right here.
So were you guys were you boys in high school?
Yeah, we were since elementary school. We actually didn't speak as much in high school. We had not no father or anything, but just kind of separate ways. And then right after high school, we just kind of rekindled. What's up, dudes?
Fashion on the
That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. What's up?
This was not planned for. Sometimes you just sort of roll with what life gives you. So Lucius Firmin is going to be a guest in the next 2 classes, B and C. This is Lucius. This is Brendan.
That's Brendan.
Why is Brendan filming Lucius? Well, Lucius is an influencer. And this is what influencers do. And when they walk around, they got people. And by the way, both grads of Milton High, 2019.
Yeah.
Brendan, you as well.
Yep.
So, but I just thought, in an unplanned way, let's meet Lucius. We've been studying entrepreneurship in here. Serious entrepreneur who went to the high school. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do? Then we'll just throw it open to questions and just have a little bit of we'll sip a little tea while I sip my green tea. Before the bell rings. Just tell us about what you do. Like
you said, I am an influencer, I model as well, and then I started out my clothing brand back in 2019. I'm from Milton, or from Florida, moved to Milton when I was in 4th grade, went to Tucker, went to Pierce, now went to Milton High School, and I went to Bentley University. I did 2 years there. And then I started out the clothing brand my freshman year. And then a bunch of NBA players started wearing it. Kyrie, LeBron, Shea Gilgeous, all these different people. And it just kind of took off. My influencing journey started around at the same time. So yeah, it was crazy. TikTok, was on the rise. I swore I was never gonna download TikTok. My sister was trying to get me to do it for months. And I finally did it. Started posting comedy things, flopped. terrible. So then I started posting like my fashion content and it just kind of went up. So yeah, I've been doing it full time for the past like 2-ish years now. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Any brand that you could think of, I've probably worked with, you know, like I've bought it for Jordan, Adidas, David Yurman, like all these different brands that have been Kid Super and like going to all these fashion shows and things like that. So it's been crazy over the past, I'll say 5 years. It's been a journey. So.
And by the way, if you ask a question, you can get on Lucius's feet, like get some exposure.
Yeah.
Way too humble. Like he just dropped it on us. He was like, yeah, like Kyrie, SGA, Jason Tatum wear my clothes. How did that happen? That doesn't just happen.
Right. So it's funny because I was just up in the middle of the night, super late night. This is 2020. So I didn't even drop my clothes yet. My clothes didn't release until July 4th of 2020. And this is probably like, whenever the bubble happened, the NBA players, you know, during COVID, it was probably like either May or early June. I was up late night, bored. I was like, yo, what can I do to separate myself from like the brands around me? Because, you know, people from Boston aren't too like fashion oriented. You know, the brands weren't as big. I saw a couple big brands that, you know, I looked up to, but it was at one point I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just DM like 100 players. And I just went through like my favorite players or like the team accounts and just like DM'd 100. And so by the time I was done DMing, I went to the top and it was Nikhil Alexander-Walker, who is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's cousin. He had answered, and then Terrence Mann, who's actually from Lowell, so he's you know, down the street. He had answered, and they wore it during the bubble, and it kind of just circulated around the league. And at the same time, like I said, my influencing career was on the rise. So Asia Irvin, who's Kyrie Irving's sister, had messaged me about also like helping out with her brand. So we kind of did an exchange where I sent them my stuff. So Kyrie started wearing it. LeBron, his friend saw it, bought it. Kendrick Lamar bought. I mean, all these different people were buying it to where it was just kind of elevating the brand as well. So it's just like all these different opportunities led throughout, you know, the influencing journey at the start in designing.
And did you think this is what you wanted to do? Like, did you know this was your calling? And
No.
Over path? Like, do you think that this was your future?
No, not at all. He'll tell you like I didn't really take fashion too serious. Like I came to school just like, you know, y'all, not to say y'all, you know, not dressed, but like just sweatshirts and, you know, sweatpants, like very calm. I did end up winning best dress senior year, so that's when like a lot of people were like, oh, you should kind of see, you know, if you know that's something that you're interested in, blah blah. But I didn't care. So I was always into accounting, or not accounting, but like business. And so when I went to Bentley, I studied corporate finance and accounting. Yeah, I just knew immediately once I got there was a lot of people who were into the fashion thing and into starting a brand. I was always into fashion. I just never took it seriously, I guess, because I never thought that something like this was even possible. So.
As an influencer, do you do any traveling?
Oh yeah, I travel all the time. I got to go to New York tomorrow, LA Saturday. So it's just, I mean, every week I'm somewhere.
A student in V period did a profile. Tell us about what you do at Collicott, Cunningham.
So I've been working at Collicott, Cunningham since I was in, I think either sophomore year or junior year, I can't remember, but so I was working at Collicott after school, and then once I went to Bentley, I obviously stopped, and then once I left Bentley, I went back during like that COVID time. I remember your face back there. You were at Cunningham at one point. And then yeah, so I still like help out when I can. Obviously I travel a lot, so like it's hard to like go back to school, but this might be my last year. Now my little brothers are at Collicott, so it's crazy. So I'm trying to finish out their 5th grade year.
When you started your brand, was it just you, and do you have anyone else that was like really important to help you?
Yeah, it was just me, honestly. Like I had a lot of people I looked up to, and one thing I'll say is like that's super important to ask questions. Like everybody I knew around me that had a clothing brand, I fired questions away because I didn't understand the world at all. I had people around me that were doing the same thing, but at the start it was just me. Now I have, you know, built a bunch of connections to where it's like, you know, I could like have a team. So I definitely have a few people that, you know, help me out.
So folks, we gotta move along. Let's give a round of applause.
Thank you. That's the first sale of the day. Well, I guess, I mean, there's Big Mike holding some stuff on this side. He don't want nobody else to take them. So I guess technically he the first one to, you know, grab some stuff. But it's going to be very calm until probably like 3 o'clock, bro. I'd say in the next like 2-ish hours. Same way the last pop-up went. Like Boston, not like one of those where it's like New York and you got people waiting out the line. It ain't that. I think about like 3 o'clock, bro, it's gonna get heavy traffic. I'm hoping that like, I know the closet sale gonna do well, bro. There's some dope pieces in here, very cheap. But the crazy stuff, that's what I really want to go, you know what I'm saying? These bomber jackets, like, come on, bro. Talking about, like, you ain't never seen no bomber jacket like this, bro, in your life. So I want those to sell. But yeah, I mean, bro, this is mad last minute. We literally confirmed, this spot got confirmed Tuesday morning, bro. So that's It's Saturday today. You know what I mean? We made it happen though. And it looks good. It looks better in my opinion than the last pop-up. I try to make it more like interactive too. You'll see more throughout the day. We got a star in the building, man. We got a star in the building. This the real, it's the real king of Boston right here. You know? That champagne pot, like, yo, Drake really just walked in my pop-up, bro. Like, it's an honor, you feel what I'm saying? Like, this the man who made Feel No Waves. Like, this the man who made Childhood.
I didn't do none of that. I'm just a regular civilian. I'm a regular guy.
You can't be a regular civilian in that coat. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
This
that
is a
don't
regular
even make
coat.
sense.
I got this actually off the rack over there.
Yeah,
I definitely should have pulled up. I got this $5 right here. This is crazy, bro.
Yeah. Like, yo, people in Boston show me mad love, so it's only right that I show them some love too. Everybody get fly. Everybody, everything's affordable, bro. Like, I show them everything as affordable as possible.
I do got a question about like brand stuff. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of like marketing.
Brand stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, because I got a brand myself.
Okay.
So like in terms of like getting the brand to like other people, how would you first like try to get them without being too pushy?
Bro, the way I did it, bro, like if you look at some of the pictures, like with the NBA players wearing it and like, all the homies and things like that, like honestly, bro, I DM'd every single one. Like I just shot my shot with every single person that, that I want to see in it, or who I envisioned in it, or places that I think, it would actually make an impact, right? Because you could send it to somebody or they won't wear it, or it's not really their style, like it don't align with how they already dress, or they don't even have like an impact in the fashion community. You know what I'm saying? So it's like more so I always thought strategically, like, okay, if I saw this person in it, or X, Y, and Z, if it was in this room, I think it would do this. So you really got to think like because you letting go of a piece, right? You pay money for that piece. You want to make sure that you at least receive something back by giving it. You know what I'm saying? So I always would just make sure I like who I'm sending it to, and as far as outside of that, I mean, just getting it to people. Also, like, just the power of social media now, bro. Like, you could use that to your advantage super easy. Like, you know what I mean? Just with TikTok, take one video, Instagram, take one video, picture, all these different things, all these different platforms that you can use to promote it. So
Listen, us, because I referred him.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Oh, what up, man? Here, bro. All the guys pulled up, you know what I mean? I'm trying
See
to
what's
this
going
shit
on,
out,
man.
feel me? So,
Thanks to that boy. Another one, thank you.
you feel me? So, yeah, man, everybody pulling up. I think we nearing the end. Gonna start clearing shit out, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The way I'm feeling, bro, I might just start donating to the homeless. Like, for real. I don't want none of this shit. Nah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
You gonna drink tonight, which makes you go to the bathroom too. You gonna be sitting there like that.
I'm gonna be farting in the club, bro. I'm letting all that shit go. I don't care if I'm around whoever, bro. Fart in the club, cause then they can't blame it on you, bro. It don't look like I fart in the club, so like nobody gonna be like, oh, Lou, that's Lou, like, it's gone. Yo, tip. That's like, unless you look like you stink, I wouldn't do that. Cause they gonna blame it on you.
Brennan.
You gonna take that? People come in here splurging, and it's good because it's been a good balance of like the closet stuff and the crave stuff. So yeah, bro. It feels good. It's it's still early in, but I think like soon, like in the next 30 minutes, I think shit gonna start shaking a little bit for sure. But yeah, it's been good though, bro. I mean, shit. Any money's good money, no cap. On my side, at least.
Gotta grab the shorts, man.
Yeah, bro. This hella shit that niggas gotta get rid of, bro.
I'm already knowing it.
Cause I just feel like, bro, like a lot of this shit, like this is like hella graphic shit. Like I feel like a lot of these was like moments that I had. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really wearing it like on a daily. So like, I feel like my style just changing too. Like it's a little bit more simple. What up, bro? How you doing, buddy? So on the. Oh, what up, Sal?
Chilling though.
Yeah, bro, everything good, bro.
Yeah. Living, yeah.
Is
that closet shit? Just
bro,
random shit?
So everything on the outside is all closet shit. On the inside is crave shit.
Okay.
I mean, that's about it. So yeah, bro, everything cheap. And then on the bins over there, bro, everything in there $5 a piece. So like, literally, bro, go crazy. Like you could do that. Yes, I do.
Really?
Lily.
Yeah.
And you are Kate.
Amazing.
Ashley.
Ashley, that's what I'm Fire. That's an interesting belt. It was not like that when we were here.
When did they change that?
Change what, the belt?
Yeah.
It might be this year.
Oh, really?
What do you remember? Was it more like a real belt?
Yeah, it was like a. Yeah.
Here's your
Hey,
guy.
yo, what up, my boy? So, how you doing, bro? What's up?
How are you?
Chilling. I'm very tired. No, I'm not nervous, but I'm tired though.
Let's give Lucius, Firmin, and Brendan a big round of applause. And what's cool about this, Lucius as an influencer, like this is what happens, like a camera follows him around. Both Lucius and Brendan, Milton High grads. We also have several guests back here. This is unbelievable. So, Mr. Devlin, Ella, Julia, Peter, Sully, Nathan, round of applause as our guests. And then finally a shout out to Caden, because Caden did his business description interview project on Lucius and did such an outstanding job and was like, Mr. H, Lucius is a total ball. So like, you say you want to get good class guests, bring Lucius in. And this is gonna be fun because both these guys went to Milton High. We've been studying entrepreneurship. This is a successful entrepreneur. So I'm gonna ask a couple questions and then just turn it over to you guys, all right? The first question, Lucius, tell us, when you were in high school, I mean, it wasn't too long ago, you were in this room.
Yep.
What were you like in high school? What were you into? And did you think that you were gonna go on to become this fashion entrepreneur influencer? Did you have that vision while you were in high school?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I'll say we were talking on the phone. I feel like the key word that I was in high school was delusional. I was a freshman. I came in maybe like 5'4", and I swore I was going to the NBA. Like you couldn't tell me any different. I made the freshman team. Still, I was like, yo, I'm gonna make it eventually to the NBA. That obviously did not happen. So yeah, so I guess I did work very hard though. You know what I mean? Like school was always important. My parents always instilled me education. So I ended up getting like a 3.95 GPA or something like that. I was on a roll, boys, all these different accolades and things like that. And so that landed me over at Bentley University. But the whole time getting there, Bentley did not seem real, like at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like it didn't seem, or like an Ivy League school, none of these things seemed possible because I knew I was paying it by myself. My parents couldn't afford the school or anything like that. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna probably go to like, one of the UMass Bostons or the UMass Amherst, things like that, but I'll still work hard to do well. I did a lot of things in high school that led me to business. There was a teacher either across the way or over there named Mr. Jordan. I don't know if any of you guys know him because that might have been, I know he left a couple years ago, but he had set me up in like the right direction. And so I was going to like PWC programs that landed me an internship later on into college that I could have taken, but I denied to do this. Fashion was never even a possibility to me. I did end up winning best dressed in high school and stuff, but like that wasn't anything, you know what I mean? It was just like other people seeing it in me before I guess I saw it in myself type of thing. So yeah, I mean, I was just like just an average kid, like, I don't know, trying to get to school and trying to figure life out. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And yeah, it wasn't until like freshman year of college, I think it was when everything shifted. It'll be pretty cool though. We got a whole production team. We're just gonna have to maneuver. We'll have to maneuver using the gym without interfering with like the ownership side, while also getting what we need to get done too. So it's like a bunch of, it's a little bunch of different variables going on, a lot of chaos. But I'm nervous, but I hope everything goes smooth. But we'll get it done though. All right, chat. So this is the pivot, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna move the truck completely out of the way. The truck is going from the alley. And then since they're doing that class and they got music, lighting in a certain way, we gonna delay the start of the film or shoot until 12:30. And there's no classes after 1, so it's perfect. So now we'll be able to shoot exactly how we want to shoot, starting at 1. So from 1 to 5:30, 5:45-ish, we have time to just try to get in as much as we can. I actually had a longer video idea, but we had to cut it because of production felt like they needed more time. So I was able to get more time, but now we're still not able to shoot because there's a class. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do photos, knock out the photo portion of the shoot. Photos aren't as important. It's mainly for just like the content, extra content, and the website. There's videos that I really wanted to do, really wanted to push for storyboard wise, for creative direction wise, for promotion wise, all that together. So yeah, we're gonna knock out the photos, kind of get that part out the way because it's not as serious, and then we'll get into the video as soon as we have the opportunity to. So that's the middle ground now. You found out, man. That's the, nothing ever goes exactly how you want it to go, but that's part of it, man. You got to be able to problem. So I'm trying to think where it would be like. I'm thinking, right, maybe our line. Nah, I can't even do it there because they'll be in the background of the shot.
Yeah, because this is going to be hitting
A road exactly.
Trying to think. I'm just trying to think of where to put the flags, bro. And I didn't realize they were that as big as they were. All right. What's the hang of each flag according to how they are on the jacket? That way, we go from here, all along the wall, and then they model the backside of it so it aligns with the jacket. But I don't know if we could catch all that. We definitely can't catch it from here. It wouldn't fit across here, so I'm thinking maybe just cutting out the flags or doing it over there, but then that also might still interfere with the class because they have all the flags in that flag area that are on the jacket. So I don't know. Right now, it's just kind of figuring out what we're gonna do for the shots, for the shooting portion of it, because we weren't really prepared for that. We were more so prepared for the video side of it, and then doing the photos later. But kind of have to flop it now. So no classes after one.
What did you say?
No classes after one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do we know whose car is parked in front of the truck right now?
In front of the truck?
Yeah.
I think that's the Sierra girls.
It's who? Yeah. They can move it, then we can move the truck.
Were you guys able to find a spot for the truck?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just told them to.
Okay.
It's cold outside too, bro. It's crazy too because the original idea I had for the shoot was outside. Ooh, that would be OD. So that idea I low-key might just push to because I was gonna do like a part 2 of that right after this, or like right when it drops as like a second push for the drop. But like I think it'd be too inconvenient to ask people to stay from 10 to 6 out in the cold, bro, without like having like maybe a truck that people could get in. I don't got enough motion for all that yet, so niggas gonna have to stand outside in the cold. You gotta stay in the cold. Niggas gonna be freezing. But nah, I ain't gonna do that to them. So I'm gonna probably push. I have so many different like video ideas. I'm gonna probably push that video idea to the spring collection, like right around like May when it gets a little bit nicer. I'll do that video. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is because people be stealing my ideas. We know about that. So
it's big on him, but I wish I could keep it. It's so like shirt is a little bit too. I'll fix it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Basically, yeah, it's like a history lesson in a jacket, bro. So, I got Portugal. They're obviously like the distributor of all the slaves. Brazil, I didn't know until I did my research, but they had the most slaves in the entire world, bro. And I feel like you wouldn't know that because when you think of Brazil, you think of like, I don't know, it's just like their own separate South American like place, and I think of like mainly like Afro-Latina, but I don't really think of like damn, they had the most slaves in the world. So I put them. And then I put, I am Haitian, so I put the Haitian Revolution. That was obviously a big time, of slavery. And then the U.S., obviously our history with slavery. So it's based after the Atlantic slave trade, and then that design under it, the Pan-African flag, I turned into cornrows because cornrows were mats that they used to escape slavery out here. So that's like the history of cornrows. I thought that was crazy. So. Yeah, bro, it's really, thank you, bro. It's like a history lesson in a jacket, essentially. But I'm Haitian and Cape Verdean, so a little bit of all right, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, bro. Try to get that done. That's special, bro. That's some real creative shit. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to push these, and then after this, I'm gonna kind of I want to open up like a separate part of the brand, more so like an experimental segment, where it's like Crave Studios, where I'm just doing a bunch of like streetwear designs that I just would like have fun with, so the brand's not as serious all the time.
Exactly.
And it could cater to a wider audience. Because I feel like right now it's mainly catering to us. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the goal. But yeah, man, I always want to push stuff like this because I think it's important to like honor. Thank you. All right, so we'll get in there. We're gonna clamp. Well, we're gonna wait till that one's done steam, and then we'll get it done. That's why I like the tone. I feel like it's gonna come together really good. We on pace, I think.
So, quick thought, do we do shot one where we do the full run through, or do we do Manny's lines first so that he gets used to his lines, and then after that, then we do the full, you know what I mean? So I would say, yeah, now it's Manny's scene, but we obviously need Nico for that too.
What shot of Manny's scene though? The one, which shot of Manny's scene?
So they're like all, we have it all.
No,
So like, you know how hard you go as a.
yeah, start off from the top.
Low-key speeding through and we're doing a lot of takes of each shot, but we're low-key speeding through each shot.
Yeah.
So we might even be able to rap early. I think we'll be able to rap early. Or at least have extra time to where we can see what extra things that might need to get done. B-roll, X, Y, and Z, anything like that.
So
it's just this wide shot. And then
so yeah, we're
it's
just getting the wide shot.
From then on out.
Yeah,
And then, yeah.
them basically boxing. We're just figuring out. Like I think Colin.
So yeah, then just Manny, we're just gonna have him do all of his lines again
Okay.
to get like that
Oh,
clear,
yeah.
and then like the punch. But like we got
Yeah,
all our
no,
shots.
I was gonna say, no.
So we just had to kind of simplify some
That's
things,
fine,
obviously,
yeah.
and then like we had to.
Yeah, I mean, I figured like anytime you work with kids, like
Yeah.
it's not gonna go perfect. But
Yeah.
I mean, he still did a really good job.
Yeah, you did amazing.
So all right, cool. Yeah, so we'll definitely rap early, or not rap, but we'll definitely be done at least with the video part a lot earlier than we anticipated. Because I guess when you're doing shoots like this, bro, you always just want to give yourself as much time as possible anyways. A lot of things don't go perfect. A lot of things, you know, when there's so many variables, so many people involved, like you have to take in a bunch of different things and be prepared for like the worst. And we were kind of, you know, dealing with that early on. So we kind of, even though we didn't get as much done early on as we would have, it helped us set up for what we got into a little bit later. Just got straight into it. And I mean, everything was been, ever since we were able to get the gym quiet, get the gym settled, you know, have less people in here, it's just been super smooth. So, I mean, just happy that, you know, it's come together. And like, I was worried that it wouldn't even be able to happen like at one point. So, you know, I'm just glad that it's still come together, and they're doing a really good job. They know what we're doing. They've storyboarded it. Like we came prepared. So yeah, man. Now we'll have a lot of time to shoot the photos, which will be a lot easier. Gold, you know, will come in, do our thing. I have to make sure to get a little bit better product shots than we got earlier, because a lot of the earlier stuff we got was like more conceptual, you know, Manny and him interacting. Now I got an actual model coming through who, I mean, he does, not that many of them are models, but like he's an actual model who like, you know, that's what he does for us. So like he'll know what to do, how to pose different certain things. So it'll be a lot more easy, a lot more flow. Anytime you can get what you want to get done, successful day, man, no cap. And I'm excited to see like how it's perceived, like once it comes out. Because I don't really want to tell people like, oh, like I'm about to drop this. I told them they could post whatever they want to be, so it'll kind of be lingering around the city, like, oh, like what, you know, what they working on, what he doing. But I'm not gonna post nothing on social media, nothing until that video come out, and it's gonna be like, oh shit, like, he's back, like who's back, Crazy back, all that. So that's the master plan, man. I'm excited for y'all to see it, for y'all to have it, and for what the, you know, how people interpret the meaning behind what this is. Because I mean, I think it's self-explanatory, but I mean, it's still a cool moment, and man, it's like filming a little movie for us. So see, man.
What was it that happened your freshman year that like you're like, wait, there's this other path I can go down?
So, well, I'll say this. So my senior year, I find out I'm going to Bentley, and so they do this program called like Next Step or something like that, where you basically go into a classroom with, or like a dorm with students that are already there. And so I was dormed with 4 guys who I'm still very close to this day, and 3 of them had a clothing brand out of the 4. And the 4th one has like a video production company he's recording for like some of the biggest artists that you could think of. So it's crazy to, I was dormed. I feel like I was chosen for a reason to be in that dorm, because I think if I was in someone else's dorm, it would be a very different thing. So I always knew fashion was something I was interested in. I didn't know I could take it serious, right? So now I see 3 guys with this clothing brand. I'm like, oh, like this is possible. I could do this too. And so, I just asked so many questions. I fired questions, and I ended up starting my brand when I got to campus later that year, 2019. So like August 2019 is when I came up with the idea. And my family do these like group discussions and things like that. So we were talking about Kanye West at the time, and he was like heavily endorsing Trump. Like he was just all over Trump and things like that. Nobody in my family personally are Trump supporters. So, my dad had said something like he doesn't like Kanye West personally because he voted for Donald Trump. And I was, sitting there thinking, I was just like, you've never met Kanye West personally, so how can you know that you don't like this person on a personal level, just because of something that they believe in? And so that's when the idea started forming. And I was in the shower that night. I always think of ideas in the shower. I feel like that's just my place of peace. I said something like, in order to achieve change, you need to start accepting views. I was like, oh, that kind of sounds kind of good. Like, I like the way that just came off the tongue. So it was like, change requires accepting views. And then boom, so my friend also had a brand back. We went to, I think, middle school with him. He had started a brand too around the same time called Maintain Optimistic Beliefs, but he shortened it to MOB just because it's like, it sounds a little bit better. And so once I came up with change requires accepting views, I shortened it to Crave because it obviously it's a lot easier to say, it sounds better, but the message is still there. So I came up with the idea. The first design, I didn't know how to design anything or use like Adobe, so I just YouTube University, just, went all over it. And yeah, it was just, first designs were god awful, terrible. Like I will never put that into the public again type of thing. But then by March, I started, figuring things out. And then I actually helped a friend that had that brand, Mob. He actually helped me out with the designs as well. And we came up with a whole collection. COVID had hit around that time as well. So I just went full in on it. Once, we got kicked off the campus, I just went all into Crave, so.
All right, so we're about to pull up some slides, because what you do is so visual. I think it's important that we can sort of show some example. Let's, Em, if you could get the lights. And here that you can advance with this here.
Oh, cool. All right. So, I guess y'all know the story now, but yeah, this was like, my high school. I kind of explained everything already. This is me you see the size of my arm and stuff. Like, this is me on the freshman team. And that's Coach Phelan over there. Yeah, this is Mr. Turt. I don't know if any of you guys, do any remember Mr. Turt? No? Wow. That's painful. But yeah, he was a great English teacher, dope dude. This is the first logo I came up with, terrible. Second logo I came up with, probably worse. And then like, this is the first t-shirts that yeah. Would you ever buy those shirts? All right. I'm
not always up on the lingo, all right?
Right.
But I do know this is fire.
Yeah.
What does it mean to style a player?
It's just playing dress up, honestly, like with like a doll.
Like you help them, you advise them.
Right, yeah, essentially. And some, every player is different. Some players feel like they could dress when they really, really can't. So like if you tell them, oh, I think that you should they'll go and maybe try to choose their own thing, and it might not look as good. But some of these guys give you like full creative direction where it's like, yo, just, come up with this, come up with that. And it sounds easy, but it's actually probably the hardest thing I've done out of anything, to be honest, because it's like, you have to think like these players are, nationally broadcasted all over. So, and the outfit, like the tunnel picks have become such like a big part of the culture in that sports world as well. So it's almost like I could dress myself, and if I put on a bad outfit, and I did it to myself, so it is what it is. If I style someone else and he gets like a bunch of hate, like that's my fault. So I don't know, it's like it's a pressuring thing, I guess, when it comes to that. But I also love it as well, because I do think I could help elevate their style, you know, when it comes, because a lot of these guys, you know, they don't really, like Shea Gilgeous, he styles himself like he's perfectly fine doing it, but some of these guys have no idea what they're doing, so it's cool to be able to, you know, help them.
One other question, just to get back away from the
for
a second. You know, that's a lot in your portfolio right now.
Right.
How do you prioritize how to spend your time?
Yeah.
Is one of these areas more lucrative than the other? How do you manage this mix?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, I didn't know how to balance it at first. Honestly, I really didn't. At first, you know, it was just all design. It was all Crave. I wasn't even doing the other stuff. And then I started content creating. I think content creating is probably the most lucrative because these brands, like, their marketing budgets are huge, right? So, like, to put in perspective, you could, if I was to, like, I also create a direct. So what that means is essentially, like, let's say there's a commercial, or let's say there's a photo shoot, or they're trying to, any way they're trying to market it, you help creative direct, like, you just put them in the right direction creatively, if that makes sense. So I was able to work with Concepts and New Balance. You filmed that one, right? So I did a commercial for Concepts and New Balance. And like, these budgets are always bigger, right? Because I styled myself for the shoot, I creative directed it, we shot it, we did, you know, we're offering all these different services. So also when you offer these different services, they pay you more, right? Because you're doing more. So I think finding a healthy balance between all of them. I think content creating is the most lucrative, but it also steers you in the direction of the other ones. If I didn't content create, I probably wouldn't be styling right now. And I probably wouldn't be modeling either. So I think I'll say content creating is definitely the most lucrative, but I have probably the most fun creative directing. I think if everything fails and I was able to only do one thing, I would creative direct for my brand and for, you know, other brands. So yeah, all right, cool. Oh yeah, that's just like some takeaways I had that I wanted you guys to leave with, was to, you know, don't be scared to ask questions and be delusional, but like you said, be confident. Like, it's delusional until it's a reality, right? So like, just be, you know, confident in yourself. But I actually really want to know, how often do you guys feel like you're genuinely influenced by, like, influencers? You know, influencers kind of take a different form now, like they're streamers, TikTokers, YouTubers. Like, how often are you interacting with these different, like, people you see on these platforms, and how often do you feel like you took something away from them that's, like, might be helpful or meaningful? And then do you see, like, yourself in any of the content that I put out? How you think I did, bro? How you think I did?
Now listen, Lucius has been very generous with his time to be here and share some of his knowledge. Let's give him some knowledge back. So, is anyone really influenced by someone, like, genuinely, there's someone they follow, influences what they wear, what they do, what they eat, how they work out? Who's going to be brave and share? Or is this like, nah, not really, I just watch influencers for entertainment purposes? We can cold call, or we can get some volunteers. Yeah, let's go Dan and then Nathan.
So I feel like a lot of times on social media, like, if I see like something about like your health or something, it will really influence me and make me think about that for a while.
Or health, anyone specific?
Not one specific.
All right, Nathan, what about you?
I'd say I'm pretty like influenced right now, just because it's like very personal that you came here and you're talking to us face to face, rather than just seeing it on my phone. Because like you can see like 100 reels a day, but you only really see one entrepreneur face to face.
Right.
This is pretty special. Yeah.
Do you follow Lucius?
I do now.
And that's what, like, good personal follow, right? Because of that connection. Who else? Luke.
I feel like I'm more influenced when it's a creator that I feel like I can both relate to, but I feel like their message is more genuine. If it's like a cash grab, I don't think I'm going to be.
Yeah, you feel like you could tell the difference too, like, yeah.
Exactly.
And is there someone who, like, specific, who you find is genuine that you follow?
Off the top of my head.
Okay. Kaden, what do you think?
I said Lucius for mine because I've known him for a while. Or like Michael Beasley, he gives like some pretty good, like, he's like a modern day prophet almost.
Yeah, he does have some good quotes. I can't lie.
Other thoughts? Tim, you got someone? Thoughts?
I was gonna say like if it was someone I'm not really interested, I wouldn't really take influence. But like if it was someone I'm interested in, and it's someone like I've kind of been watching for a while, I feel like their like info would kind of influence me.
So like you feel like if you already had a connection with someone that you're watching and then they like were to like drop some knowledge, then you would like listen to it more?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
All right, well look, we got like 3 or 4 minutes left, either to these questions or anyone want to ask anything but before we wrap up here. Back row, Julie, you got anything you want to ask? Ella?
Connor go.
Yeah, Kate.
Oh.
Well, what do Connor and Kate?
I was gonna ask, like, do you see yourself doing anything like more in the future? Like, what's next type of thing? Or
Yeah.
focus on this for a while.
I think I'll be focused on this for a while. Obviously, like you like modeling, I think will fizzle out. Just because by the time you're like 40, 50, it's not as loud. You're not getting booked as much as you are. You know, I think so. I think something like that. I've had my fun with, but I don't see myself doing forever. But like content creating, I feel like, the way the world is going is something that will always be like relevant. And like I said, creative direction is ultimately where I want to end off at. Like, by the time I'm like 35, 40, I don't think I'll be wanting to make content, you know what I mean? So like, I think want to be maybe more behind the scenes with like these bigger brands and helping them, like telling them like choosing influencers maybe to put into, or like, doing something like that where I'm more behind the scenes.
For like the modeling stuff, did you email the people, like the agencies, or?
No, the agencies, so it's different because I'm not signed to a modeling agency. I've gotten asked to be signed to certain modeling agencies, but like I've heard bad things about the modeling agency space. So I'm more so signed to a social agency. So they just handle both sides, like the modeling side and the social media side. But yeah, they came and found me. It was like actually this whole dramatic thing between my last agency and this agency, but they came and found me. But what I will say, if you're like looking to potentially sign to an agency, is to like, just do photo shoots, any type of camera that you can find, or if you know someone that maybe takes pictures, like, go and take that picture to build like a portfolio. But you can absolutely email agencies. You just kind of like go to their website. They have like email links and like different things to do to where you could just like apply. Julia?
Would you ever go back to school, like whether it was Bentley or not?
I think if I did, honestly, it would only be so my parents could see me walk across the stage. But they honestly don't care when I'm on like billboards and stuff like that. Like that's kind of me walking, that's their version of me walking across the stage. So I don't think so, but I do also really love to learn. Like I said, when I was here, I took education very seriously. So it's something that I don't think I would go back maybe for the same thing, but I would go back to just, get a degree in something if I wanted to learn about it.
Lucius, this is so inspirational, as and Brendan, you as well, as two guys who went to the high school who are absolutely killing it. And this is such a cool part of our economy that you can be an influencer, that you can put out content, have fun doing it, make money, follow your passion.
Yeah.
So I find this very inspirational. Students in the room, I hope you do as well. And maybe fashion isn't your thing, but something else is. So follow your passion, follow your dreams.
That's one thing I add on to too, is that like content creating is the world is you could content create anything. I think I actually heard about some kids who were making content at Milton Academy who like were working on like a school bus or something like that. That's content creating, and they made a lot of money through getting a deal with like sponsors who were willing to invest into the school bus. So like anything, you could do it right now if you wanted to, as far as content creating.
All right, let's get Lucius a round of applause.
Crazy, bro. It just boom. And then I did industries because I didn't only want to do clothing. He does the film part, so I was like, oh, you know what I mean? So now we make movies. Boom, boom. All right, y'all, we just finished up. I just dropped a lot of free game, bro. So if y'all watching, because I feel like I haven't really explained the full entirety of the story to y'all, at least maybe to YouTube, but maybe, I don't even know if I've done it, period. So hope y'all could take some away from it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. We got a lot of cool things coming up. Might start streaming with Twitch. I think I got to deal with them. So, maybe just making it more like personal with y'all, but because I want to turn the YouTube up, bro, no cap. Like, I feel like it's time.